Hey, Trina Christine Mason here. Some live ASMR. Things might get crazy because we're live. Sure that plant will love the magnesium. You can prepare for some chanting. Got some eucalyptus. I'm also going to be adding a drop of joy. A little hot, maybe more than a little bit. Trying to melt all the salt. Also want to add some of that. Give me. I'm like, am I out? There we go. I totally have 4 here. This guy comes out fast, so I gotta be careful. A little bit of that for the heart. Heart center therapy. Aloha. Welcome aboard, matey. And stress away. Some of you might have like super sensitive skin and you totally might not agree with the same oils I'm playing with today. Good day, sir, good day. I say good day. I'm like, it's so hot. My ankles are turning like bright red. I like it though. I find it therapeutic and harmonious with my reptilian bloodline. Partially kidding. It's actually connected to Procyan. For those of you familiar, Procyon, I believe. I need like waterproof paper or like a dive notebook or something. Bleep. Might as well, right? Last round. Water can always cool down. Ooh. Oh, not too hot. Look at that. Listen to that. Yes. I love ASMR water sounds. And yes, I love rocks. And of course, the element of water. I'm like, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is like, for me, one of my sacred spaces for meditation. It's kind of a place where one can energetically clean up and recharge and create an intention. And for me, I love working with the breath and of course temperatures. And some of you may know my apnea training, also known as breath holding. I'm still currently stuck at 3 minutes. The heat is kind of bringing up all of the shadow inner dialogue, right? Releasing all the heat, all that stagnation. It's like one of the best parts about meditation. All right, so if you pay attention to the stomach, you'll see difference in breath work and diaphragm. My heart rate is starting to speed up, certainly making breath control more difficult. Shifting it with my awareness, attempting to calm the heart. Try to get in at least a 1 minute hold. Like, brace myself. You know, I'm like, don't try this at home, you guys. Like, I'm a mermaid. Those of you may totally know, I may have seen some of my performances before. This is part of the training. I definitely enjoy sharing my process with you, especially the sounds, ASMR, all different levels of my experiences. Heart calm. Releasing tightness with each exhalation. I'm sorry I'm working alone and I don't have a better camera crew or anything to actually be able to show you in depth. However, if you're witnessing, perhaps you can feel the vibration. Almost. so much salt in the water. I'm like, oh, there goes my lipstick or whatever. And if I could be static still, my electromagnetic energy through the water wouldn't like the pulse wouldn't be so out of control, and the inner dialogue wouldn't be so loud where I think that I have to come up for air when I know it is false narrative and it's not true, and I could truly stay under longer. However, fear, ego, body, mind takes over. Mega neck issues, so I love doing those exercises of tugging on the neck, and especially playing with the water. It helps pull the hair back and the whole head back. Especially with the weight of my hair, definitely makes a difference. I'm definitely glad to have my hair back in the water. You can, or like, I guess you could say that I wasn't used to it, so it was like uncomfortable than what I'm used to. I love to beat my record, but I have like an inner narrative that's like, you'll never get to 4 minutes. Like, I'll show you, future Trina. Any cooler waters, better meditative practice and focus and dedication. I'm like, I should get a tripod. I have one. I do. Oh, George. 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 Okay. Yeah, so I thought I'd come in here all sneaky like. George! I have to get out of the narrative that I'm stuck at 3 minutes. I need to stop telling myself that, and then I can make a choice. Like, I choose to be able to hold my breath 4 minutes next. Maybe I could start at like 3 minutes and 20 seconds to start, you know. And I'm like, I feel like I need a dive watch. Bad joke. A bad joke. Making excuses to make up for my lack of being able to express and create in this way. Because, you know, I like to be able to be underwater like 3 minutes static. I mean, excuse me, dynamic. Just like swimming with the tail and like performing and doing other things without my brain telling me you're gonna die or you're gonna inhale or things like that. You understand? I'm gonna dunk. When I created I Am an Aquaphile, it was basically based off a lifestyle. It was never anything about file being sexual. I don't understand. I mean, I guess I do understand. The word that I hear is reptilian brain, primal, primate, monkey, monarchy, one creation, one gold. Insert revolver joke here. I am an aquaphile. I love water. I feel like this place is home. It reminds me of so many different times of comfort and pleasure and escape and expression. And of course, exploration. I love yoga in the bathtub. Playing with water. All levels. Like a big child. Forever. Even when I'm 90. You can always say, hey, you big kid. I'll be like, what's up, boss? Let's go. I'm still hearing the narrative. I'm stuck at 3 minutes. I need something to replace that with, like a conscious language of reprogramming. I'm working on 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I am working on 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I hear a counter narrative already. Oh God, it's dangerous. You're not gonna do this. It's a lot. It's a lot. And there's a huge difference between working with like a training app through your phone, holding your breath above water, not doing anything, sitting still, or cheating using a mask or a nose clip or whatever. It's completely different. And then different environments, magnetic bodies of water, right? It changes things. Like if someone's in the bathtub singing, you might not be underwater as long, or maybe you are because it harmonizes you, and maybe that's bad. Maybe you might not come back. So there's a lot of dangers that come with everything that's graceful as well. George! 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 I got a guard cat. He thinks that he's my dog. I will. You're right. Now that is the conscious language. I will breath hold for 8 minutes. Can you imagine? I can imagine. It'd be hard. That would take a lot of practice, but now that I have like a sense or goal, I think I could totally practice above water, right? I could use the cheats, the masks, or water with a training buddy who knows like my expressions, you know, because I don't want to be holding a I'm okay sign, diver, scuba diver sign. You don't have to think of this as such a shadow sign. Okay, this actually lets you know underwater, I'm okay, seriously, we're safe. Okay. So we don't appreciate that shadow of you ruining our dive signs. Oh man. Oh, how about contortion? No, not yet. That's like one of the only sideshow things I can't do, that and sword swallowing. I mean, I could make other commentary how there's certain fire tricks I can't do yet. Like the heart. I haven't done that yet. That might be hard. But I have to try, right? Only through creating. Gracias. Thank you kindly. Thank you for noticing. I'm like trying to soothe myself. That's why I like the chanting too, because when your mind's just like not shutting up, you can go om 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 om, or just any type of chant, and it can be freeing, especially if you have certain harmonics that you know you're uncomfortable with singing and expressing through your voice, and you're like ashamed or shy to say or do that. Then it might be best to kind of work through that. Like I create enjoyment. I enjoy creating. And maybe sometimes saying that feels uncomfortable, or something as simple as, I love me. I can't stand me. I love me. I try to leave everything on a positive note, but I always clear the negative charge, so I'm aware of the shadow or the other side of expression where I just might be, or somebody else might be when I'm feeling one way. I like to reflect on the opposite side of my actions, or the other side of the sword, you know? Things like that. Oh man. This is kind of like my me time where I practice meditation and awareness, and like you can only imagine the realms one can go when they pursue meditation. I've had so many blissful experiences. Some of you may have done what's called past life regressions. There's another name for them though, or however you choose to perceive and label and judge and analyze, right? It's called QHHT, and that's personally what it was titled when I picked up their business card. They're called Your Soul Recovery. And as soon as I saw those letters, it's the only reason why I contacted them, because I became kind of OCD about Dolores Cannon at one point and learning about star children, indigo children, crystal childs, and nerdy stuff like that. And I guess I don't know, man. There's tons of shadow, and I'm trying not to like overemphasize shadow so much, though I'm also not trying to completely ignore and neglect shadow. I am attempting to kind of create a more harmonious space when I create the shadow work video. For those of you that have totally been waiting, I apologize. I totally do feel guilt. I know it's coming, and I'm still integrating so many different things. And like, if I'm being completely fruitful, like sometimes it like, have you ever had like a denial about something and you finally had to like admit it? Like like maybe you're an aquaphile too and you really love the water and you would totally swim with all your clothes on, and maybe some people might look at you weird, and maybe you feel like you can't tell people that. Such as that being a shadow, an unseen part of you that not everybody knows, right? Your shadow, or something that you may perceive to be, oh, that's great, that's wonderful. Maybe someone else is like, oh my god, that's awful, that is just trouble, trouble, trouble. Like, it's just a principle type aspect of being aware on all different, I want to say circumferences or different perspective shields that you're viewing in front of you, inside your mind's eye. And sometimes all of your emotions are coming up and they're kind of like controlling you, and you kind of give the power of you to your emotions, and you let the like mind rule the will, when really you need to become, I know it sounds cheesy, a heart center, where you need to get in line with how you feel instead of resisting like, oh, I don't like her, I don't like him. You can't, like, why would you resist the process and ignore and deny and send ill will and pretend like you like them, but then just be like, I don't like you. But perhaps that's also why you're there, because they're your shadow. Maybe you don't like them because they remind them of you or your family or things like that. Sometimes stuff like that happens. There's all kinds of different realms of the mirror. I've always loved the mirror symbolism. I would love to totally do a video completely on mirrors and feng shui and all of the different meanings and hidden symbolisms behind magic mirror. For me, I'll say this, it's what you put out, you receive back to you, you know, no matter what it is. And it depends on where your intention is, right? Like, I could go around doing good deeds, but if my intention is I'm going to do good deeds just because I want good things back, like, what do you think kind of energies that's going to happen to me? You know, there's going to be people that come into my life that are like, here, I'll give you this if you do this. Like, it's manipulative nature. It's like, when you manipulate the forces of nature, that's kind of magic, right? If you like lie, hide, illuminate, trick the knowledge, hide, select information, you know, but it's really up to you what kind of person you are, what kind of creation you're going to bring. You are a powerful manifestor. So are you creating harm and destruction because you're an all-powerful being, or are you creating like new life and harmonious frequencies where people can understand each other, or are you avoiding everything that doesn't make you feel good or happy? You know, I know there's a lot of you that are actually opposite, who are completely addicted to it, doesn't feel good, and like, you're not happy unless you're constantly putting yourself through some kind of challenging abrasive energy to show yourself that you're powerful and like you can take anything and you're all loving, or whatever story that you've created about yourself. And that's why I encourage people to journal. A lot of people are really ashamed or like not knowing who they are. And if you really want to know your shadow and who you are in the unconscious, you're gonna have to write things down and take note. Like, and at the end of the day, you can make like an inventory. It's kind of like the AA meeting thing, you know. It's about documenting at the end of the day, like, where did I screw up and how could I have made things better. And you can kind of take mental note on like things you should have learned, or maybe you're constantly bettering other people at your expense in nature, instead of, you know, people that come at you with something equally serving or enriching to your spirit, nourishing to your spirit. Only you know what is the energetic signature that is respecting your being. And sometimes if you're not respecting your being, how will you know if someone else is? You know, you don't even know what that looks like. And a lot of times you can only find that by either being alone or going through abusive relationships, mentally, emotionally, subconsciously, however you choose. A lot of times it does come from subliminal indoctrination, but I don't want you to get so hateful on yourself or ashamed or shy, because it's something that, like, there's a little part in all of us type thing. Yes sir, yes sir. What's up, fam? Nice to see you. I was totally thinking of you, and I kind of future forecasted your energy here. I was totally thinking about you right before I came here. I'm like, we need to go diving, bro. I need a diving buddy. I'm like, what are you doing Friday? No, I'm kidding. I'm kind of kidding. I do need to get that knife still. I texted her. I'm waiting for a text back, by the way, for that tiger's eye. Tiger's eye. What's up, Crystal fam? That's so awesome. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I also would love to do like gathered meditations. Perhaps that's something I could do to bring the community together. I know that I do a lot of things live because I'm kind of like mixed with a lot of Arcturian energy, so I feel a lot more comfortable behind the virtual illumination that they've kind of created here. As I said before, I like to use the tools all the better to grow and align with the Great Divine. So I see that there's like a lot of commentary here, so I'm totally gonna investigate that out real quick before I take another dunk underwater. Ha, William Cherry, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Just kidding. Don't think like that. Don't even. Gracias, thank you. Thank you kindly. Good day, mermaid, good day. Welcome aboard, everyone. I'm like, buddy. Oh man, Jen Mermaid, what are you saying? Gate, paragate? I'm like, I need that, help me, teach me, like, private message me so we can like chant. Like, you're like, I need more chanting fam. I have like no chanting fam. Seriously. And Lee, I want to jam, man. I'm really into jamming now. I totally am trying to get a harp. I would love if you whipped out the didge or we did some drums or something. Interesting. I did not know she had to learn. Thank you, ASMR fan. That's awesome. I'm located in Florida at this time. Ah, thank you, Jen Mermaid. I love all your education. The Heart Sutra. I'm like, I need help. I need that. I can like, I have inner dialogue that's like awful, telling me that I suck and I can't pronounce shit. And then like, I know that part of my big calling here has to do with communications and expression and opening up and being kind and generous and learning all these like lessons. But like, I'm hitting my own paradigms. And a lot of it does have to do with like past wounds, so I'm having a hard time like wedging into these spaces that I know are like dangerous waters, you know, for sensitive people like me or us, because it seems like you totally have that vibe if you know all about this Sanskrit stuff. It's kind of impressive. As stated before, probably the only mermaid I've met so far that is like that. I mean, Ashley is definitely a yogi. I don't know if she knows about yamas and niyamas. I'd love to pick her brain. Maybe she'll be at Renfest, but we'll see. We'll see, my lady. Alright. The water's like definitely calling. Like, mermaid needs to wet her scales. I'm like, it'd be even cooler to have like a chick dive buddy, or like to start like a chick scuba club. Tazzy Bear! It's always nice to have people who come back time and time again. Nice to see you familiars. My familiars! Possum fam. That's what I should call you all. I want a possum so bad too. It's like, I'm like, it's springtime, it's baby season. And there's possums everywhere, and I want them, and I want them, and I want them, and I want them. I might become a temporary rehabber if I can get away with it. My landlord might be extremely disgusted or supportive. Mood. Yes, dude. Possums. Possums for pets, not stew. Yeah. Yes, sir. God, I miss them. One of my greatest experiences in my life is definitely taking care of and raising possums. Clearing out all the naughties. To me, the naughties are kind of like the Chinese meridians in TCM. I don't know if you know, my initials are Trina Christine Mason, TCM, like traditional Chinese medicine, so I'm really into like Tai Chi, Qigong, acupuncture, man, all kinds of different stuff. Pro wrestling. All right, hold up. Yes! 3 minutes! Let's go. Let's go. I'm like, yeah. Dude, I need to go up to Juniper. Oh, God. Oh, man. I like going up to places like Juniper or Alexander where I can just free crazy like swim, you know, like vigorously, just every limb in my body just swimming. I also love doing yoga out there and connecting to the native lands. I'm like, how much lipstick did I eat? None, apparently. Doesn't look like it. My heart. Yes! Woo! Thank you for the 4 thumbs up, Mother Flowers. Teasing. Man, I tried to go to 20, but I counted in my head to like 4. And honestly, I was going based off a heartbeat, so I was wondering if maybe I went longer or less, or... Woo! I love exercise. Everybody wants to get surgery and cheat, right? Use makeup, cut themselves wide open. I'm like, why not just exercise? Like, and stop eating so bad. Like, be more mindful what you're actually turning into, you know? Did you know? Something I wanted to mention on this video is that, you know, your skin, like, eats everything that you put on it. So that's why I fill my tub with like so much magnesium, because I let my skin soak it up. And yeah, that's why I also kind of, you say, get off or enjoy or adore and love using my oils, the purity of the flowers, and being able to pick which ones are good for the nervous system and that aren't hot, you know, like cinnamon or something like that that's gonna burn my skin when it's in the bathtub. And honestly, a lot of things I had to learn through my own personal experience and being burned through the heat of plant medicine in the bathtub. So I can tell you from personal experience some that have hurt. However, what I have done before is use fresh cinnamon, and it does still create the same heat factor and actually can help purge select sicknesses, at least for me anyway, like colds, things of that nature. Allow me to take another dog. Like my neck is still causing grief. Yes! My crystal shop lady loves me. She's holding down. Oh, I do not love me. Oops. Oh no. Be responsible. Like what else broke? It sounds like something broke, but maybe not. I'm not feeling any crystal charge, and I still got my points, so I think it's okay. God, speaking of double, right? Jesus. Whoa. I love, like, all of God's creations. Like, I love rocks. I love dirt. Like, I like woods. Like, I love cedar wood and sandalwood. Oak. Need some oak. I like ferns. I love plants. I know. Yeah, right? Harley Quinn message here. You want to borrow the purple one, Tazzy? I think that, I'm not sure if that was heroin or another one. Yikes. It wasn't actually my hair that was a problem. My giant crystal fell and it almost died. It was traumatic. This is like one of my only giant like hand crystals like this. This is half smoky quartz and half clear quartz. That's the kind of energy we're working with in this feed. Kind of grounding, kind of clearing. It works for a lot of different things. I kind of get the vibe that there's like some chloride in there, but I'd have to look under like, you know, microscopic examination. Or maybe that's what they're trying to tell me. It's time for it to soak in the salt water with the eucalyptus and all the oils. I have some other beautiful pieces with me today. The citrine. Except it has mica in it. See the shiny? This is raw. Raw, dog. I just love geology. Geology. I've never seen Steven Universe, dude. Never ever. I don't watch television. In fact, I don't even own one. Truthfully. I mean, I have an iPhone. That's my iPhone television screen, you know? And I watch educational stuff through there. I try not to like sit still too much. I like to stay busy and like invest in the universe, especially separated from the matrix as much as possible. However, a lot of the ways I have chosen to be received and experience myself with others and create like service, you know, all of my forms of payment currently are online. So I do have to spend a lot of my time focused on the cell phone, which sometimes alone gets draining and makes me want to have like some kind of, I want to be like superior spiritual retreat where there's like all silence and no cell phones, and it's like for monks type energies where there's just nobody with violent inner dialogue, complete ahimsa, people who have actually mastered the craft of the yamas and niyamas, everything that I can't find here, you know. So far, I mean, I've been granted with select fractions of information that I've been looking for, which perhaps is just enough to keep me like focused and attentive on the overall goal. A little bit of bait to keep furthering my practice and my studies. Like, where's all the water going? And maybe my jeans are turning the water a little blue. I'm gonna add a little bit more heat, and I'm gonna GTFO. I thought I'd come here for some live commentary and interaction. I am in the process of trying to update everything I possibly can before a great adventure to the Florida Renaissance Festival. For anyone who wishes to join me is totally welcome. Totally welcome. I'll be celebrating my 27th birthday a little bit late. You know, it's kind of tradition to celebrate there. So I've made from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. kind of the time that I'll be available to the public and dressing up and participating in the festival just like I do every single year. I'm on the lookout for leather. So So if you want to do birthday gifts, I'm looking for leather and select, like, frankly, animals. However, I'm very selective, so I like to kind of meet my pieces before they stay with me. I'm not a very materialistic person, so I'm very selective of my pieces that I have. Like, each one is sentimental. And I know you'd be like, WTF with all your rocks. Whoop. Like, I actually am obsessed with collecting heart-shaped crystals for my healing ceremonies. When you're on my massage table or at the beach, wherever you choose to engage in a crystal healing ceremony with me. Oh, I've held them at Alexander Springs. That was one of my favorite places to have that experience. I've had a few experiences on my massage table. However, I'd love to be able to bring the massage table on the road, you know, and kind of do it on the beach or something like soothing. And I could do guided meditations and assisted ASMR. Apologize to some of you who came here for exclusively ASMR, and I'm extremely charged, so hopefully you're getting some type of release out of this energetic shift that you weren't expecting. What else do you expect from all that fire in my chart? Sagittarius, must teach, must travel, must stay busy, but there's also a shadow. What's the shadow of everyone, like, you know, expecting me to take care of all these responsibilities? Like, it's a lot, right? Or like to go through fire and not be burned. Like, you have to not let your heart turn cold no matter how bad people treat you. Like, that's not very easy. No. Like, this is like a girl problem, right? Total girl problem. Guys have no clue what that's like, dude. Whoa. Why'd you put that there? Cold water. This guy's been talking. Isn't he neat? I'd love to get confirmed what he is. I'm still not sure. Hey, I just got a text that you did something nice for me. Oh, very sweet. Dankeschön. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you kindly. Namaste. Mwah. Jai Bhagwan. Jai Bhagwan. Om Namah. Om Namah. Om Namah. Ah, Namah. Yes, we'll be doing so much more sound healing. You're going to have to be patient as we raise the vibration, access different levels of expression that one has not typically expressed themselves in public. Allow one to be like the dove or the swan or the ugly duckling that grows into the self. Or perhaps you enjoy something more macabre like the butterfly that dies very shortly after it rebirths itself. Only you know the realms of all the animals that you truly identify with, where your consciousness flows and what your subconscious is speaking to you. Perhaps you're listening, but perhaps you are in need of some mental awareness. Let me use this to ground me. Ooh, my Manipura. Manipura! Definitely going to be working on that more. Some lemons, organic lemons, removing the skin completely. I like to dry the lemon peels as well and use them into food so there's nothing wasted. I love, 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 love all plant medicine. I have kind of gained interest in being some kind of shamanic healer is what some would attempt to label and identify me as. I'm not a fan of judgments and little boxes of containment, of labelization of what I am. I enjoy being limitless in both and effortless in my being. And may you perceive and judge and analyze and compartmentalize me as you choose. And still I will remain just being me, my authenticity, refreshed, reborn, unknown to you before. Let my words guide you deeper and deeper into yourself, where you can hear the little light, the little soft-spoken voice of your own that's telling you a little something inside that may feel like things aren't really all right. Or perhaps you're noticing something that was there that wasn't there before that you're not so fully sure about. Or you're trying to make space for something new, but really you feel like you don't have any room to move or bring on any other thing. Accept yourself where you are, no matter where you are. And know that it is you and only you who holds the compass. Let your view take you. Amaze you. Watch it, witness all that you see. And do not make a move until you are certain that it is your very greatest heart's desire to take the next step as will, instead of a move out of fear that things aren't going to go your way, or your expectation may not be met, especially when you have not yet communicated what was necessary on your end. Could you remain grateful? Could you honor one another and be graceful and honest with yourself and others? Only you can reflect on these things on your own time, as you hold space for yourself to even think and know about you, because only you know the answers, even though you may try to get everyone else to give you your answers, and you wish that you could just submit in some type of way and someone could command you and tell you your presence and who you are and what you are. But really it's time for you to see, look in the mirror, and know who you are. Recognize what you are creating. Reflect on the other side of the actions. Pretend that you are meeting you for the first time. Every time, even if the people that you are about to see you think know you. But remember, they tell stories about themselves. They think they know themselves. They think they suck. They think they're great. And many times these stories aren't true. They're just false limitations, come from a state of judgment, trying to understand and change and manipulate instead of accepting what is as is and witnessing presence. Your feelings are talking to you, telling you what is best for you. And it's up to you. You could say awful things and say you are selfish. I find that to be a false narrative. For how are you going to take responsibility for me if you are weak? It is necessary for you to take time for yourself to recharge your batteries and become the full extension of yourself before you could ever support me or any other lightweight that you might try to take on, or heavyweight. How can you expect anyone else to hold that space for you, where you perhaps take a bath, go for a run, or make some type of energetic investment that only affects you, future you? I always do my best to do things for future Trina. Little things like cleaning the house before I go out, so when I come home, future Trina has a gift of cleanliness when she comes home. Or perhaps there's a certain smell that she gets when she comes home, or perhaps she forgot that she had purchased herself flowers. Or perhaps, yes, we welcome a new life, or a possum, or something of that nature that just we see would bring so much more comfort. But perhaps we had a hard time letting things go, so we didn't have space for anything new, uncomfortable, especially things that reminded us of past wounds. For example, if you lost your dog, you might be avoiding getting a new dog. That is disrespectful to your soul and your dog. These energy systems would not want these lives to go neglected. Do not resist yourself. You're the only person who can deny yourself and your wishes and your choices. It's up to you to give yourself permission to love and honor and respect what is within. Only you know your pains. You can tell us time and time again how we hurt you and how we didn't. Perhaps we'll never understand if you never communicate, or if you can never give yourself the grace to tell the same story. Or perhaps you're ignorant and tell a story to yourself how you are a victim. Victim consciousness or poverty consciousness, or some type of story that you tell yourself all the time that you somehow keep recreating because you can't seem to separate yourselves from any other narrative. Such as, my granddaddy was a such and such, and justifications from the ego, body, mind. You have to witness the self, your feelings, and not resist your own process. It's very important for you. for all, for the collective. You can use your breath to help release any tensions that are within your body. You can pay attention to what hurts you. Perhaps it's your shoulders, the center of your spine. Perhaps you're angry that you're even created, or you don't understand why you're here, but you're also not necessarily choosing to accept an answer. You need to understand your subconscious narratives, the subliminal stories that you tell yourself, and the way that you act and reenact all the times, the same reactive patterns time and time again. You're habitual. And perhaps you think they're great because they make you feel good. Perhaps they are a temporary release. Perhaps they are a distraction. It's up for you to be the witness and then decide and make a choice which action is most suitable for your heart's deepest, truest, happiest desire. The truth is, many people aren't even giving themselves the desire to feel such things, to even know, what if I was a millionaire? Do you know how many people have never even took the time to actually spend in a meditative state of awareness of what really their soul would really like to do, whether they made money or not? Or how they have a story, if they just had a piece of property or whatever story they think that this one thing's going to make them happy, when that's not true. They don't know the stories that they tell themselves. They don't see themselves. They don't like to. They don't like to be judged for who they are. They like to be the only ones that are casting judgment on themselves, and even then they don't even really like themselves doing that to themselves. However, in order to change yourself, you must accept where you are at and be honest with all those around you, so you can have thousands of mirrors to truly face your reflection. And they can tell you which ways you're lying, because there are people that will see things that you do not, things that you may not want to admit to yourself, and perhaps those are things and angles that you do not yet wish to have any type of viewpoint from. Perhaps you're stuck in your ignorance because it feels more comfortable to not think about those things. Well, that creates a stiffness. We get stuck because we never make changes. We just see what is as is and we don't do anything about it. And that's how his story repeats time and time again. And how many times have you watched somebody go through pain and suffering in silence and just said, I'm sorry? But you didn't ever actually take any type of intention to truly make them feel better. It could even be something as simply as getting them a rock and saying, hey, how about you try thinking about something really nice every single time you see this rock? Say something that you're so thankful for, or something that you choose to have in the future. And then they can use that as their focus and their awareness and their faith and their hope and their goals to get where they want to go. Sometimes people need something physical, and that can either be annoying, or you can use that to your advantage of being more aware of what challenges you and other people and how you choose for yourself to be received. I am attempting to disconnect from here. I hope you enjoy what I have channeled to you. Feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much for your donations of energy and love and compassion, and just no words can ever compare. So I definitely enjoy having a moment of silence to kind of speak all the graces of thanks and space for questions and things like that. I love you so much. Take care of yourselves, okay?